Good morning, everybody. Welcome back, or if you're new here, I'm so glad you stopped by. If you've ever dreamed of walking under a tunnel of pink and white cherry blossoms in Japan, you're in for a treat today. Well, we're driving into one of the most iconic magical parts of Japanese spring, Ohanami, or cherry blossom viewing. It is super sunny here in Tokyo, and the weather's not hot yet. Summer's coming. I'm dreading it already, but today is a perfect 65 and clear skies. Well, you can see they're clear, but we have some clouds, so not terribly clear. I'm rambling. Anyway, why am I out today? I wanted to get out and enjoy these wonderful cherry blossoms, and as you can see, they are in full bloom. Now, if you don't know what cherry blossoms are, you might be living under a rock, but let me go through it anyway. Cherry blossoms, or sakura, as we say in Japanese, are a very traditional tree that flower only once a year, and they only come to full bloom for about a week and a half or so every year. And what's great about this street being about 2 kilometers long is that there are different species along the route, and so we get to enjoy it for about 6 weeks versus most of central Tokyo, which they get their week and a half and that's about it. And what's really awesome is that every year they have a huge Sakura festival, Sakura Sakura Matsuri, which is a cherry blossom festival in English. And they close off the whole road so you can walk up and down, enjoy it. You get the big street and the walking path next to it. They had a lot of great food last week. So let's take a ride and celebrate Hanami here, and we're going to talk a little bit about what Ohanami is. Grab a drink, get comfy, and let's ride Japan's most beautiful time of the year, spring under the sakura. Sakura, as we say in Japanese, are a Japanese tree that only blooms for about 2 weeks a year. But what's special about living out here in western Tokyo is that we get this street like this, where the street's about 2 kilometers long, and it's got different species of sakura all along it. And what that means is that we get to enjoy them over about 6 weeks or so as they kind of bloom more and more as we go down the street here. This street had a festival last weekend, which I got to enjoy with the family. And what they do is they close off this entire street here to traffic, and so we get to walk up and down it and enjoy the whole thing. And they had a lot of festivals going on, and well, technically, what we'd call it in Japanese would be a Sakura Matsuri, or a Cherry Blossom Matsuri in English, which you could probably infer. And what they do is allow everybody to not worry about traffic. So they close off the whole street, and they've got a lot of food stalls. There's some great food last week. Oh man, stuffed myself. So let's talk about Ohanami. What is Ohanami? Ohanami is a cherry blossom viewing party. So if we break it down in our Japanese, we get O, which is honorific, Hana being flower, and Mi being to view. So Ohanami means to view flowers, or to view our sakura, our cherry blossoms, which is pretty cool. If you really break it down, a lot of times English and Japanese aren't so different, even though they are so very, very different. And how do we enjoy Hanami? Well, a lot of Japanese families go out and you walk, you take pictures, you eat food, have picnics. I think some of the older men, if you run into the Oji-san groups here, they'll be drinking their whiskeys, their umeshus, having a great sunny day. So we're turned around now, and we are heading back down the street, and I wanted to pull up over here. I wonder if I can find a good spot. I'm a little bit worried. There's a few more people in the park for Friday than I thought there would be, which is awesome that people are getting out and enjoying this weather. I mean, why wouldn't you? But yeah, I'm not sure if I can find a spot here. Give me a second. Let's see. Probably not on the corner. Oh, here's one of those tunnels I was talking about. Hey, isn't this amazing? It's just The camera's probably not doing it justice, but man, it just feels like you're in another world when you're going through these cherry blossom tunnels like this. All right. Yeah, I think, oh wait, there might be a place up here that I can pull over. Let me check. You gotta love these little K cars in Japan. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. I'd like more. Oh, okay. I can pull over right about here. Yeah. I think I can. I think I can park right here. And what I'll do is I'll throw up some of the pictures I'll take on the Sony camera. So I'll just toss them in here fast. So if you want to take a closer look, go ahead and pause the video for that. But the next thing will be to head home. I do appreciate how amazing these trees are, and the fact that we can only enjoy this for a couple weeks of the year. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're planning a trip to Japan and want to see the cherry blossoms, Ohanami is something you definitely don't want to miss. Some people rush to Tokyo or Kyoto in late March or early April, just like I'm taking this video. But if you head up north, if you're visiting in the next couple of weeks, places like Aomori, Hirosaki, and even parts of Hokkaido get their cherry blossoms a little later, usually in late April or early May. And it's really a great way to catch the sakura. If you miss the main season, and it's often less crowded too. Hirosaki Park in particular is famous for its cherry blossom festival with, I think there's over like 2,000 trees, and I think there's the castle, right? So there's pedal boats floating on the castle. So it's kind of like a dream, kind of like I was talking about the cherry blossom tunnels that we're going through here. So whether you're here in spring or you're planning ahead, don't sleep on northern Japan, and you'll get the same magical blooms plus more relaxed vibe and stunning scenery. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more Japan traveling adventures and culture, and let me know in the comments where you want to see the cherry blossoms. See you next time under the sakura.